Okay. Hello. 1 2 3 4. Check, check. Okay, okay. হুম। অকল তুমি চাবা লাইক কোনোবা আহিলে ভৰাই দিবা। So let us start. So good evening, everyone. I, on behalf of the whole DAC team, welcome you to today's session number 3, Android Study Gems. So some of the agenda for today's session are: we'll learn about toast, we'll learn about transition between activities, then we will also learn about passing values from one activity to another, and we will see some of the different types of views in Android. So and also let me quickly show you the app we'll build today. So this is the app which we will build today. Okay. But before we start, I will quickly reiterate everything about how to get about Android Study Gems. So I have already sent you the uh, I have already sent you the URL for the Android Study Gems landing page. So you will, and if you are watching the video on YouTube, then you will find the URL of the landing page in the description box. So sorry about the distraction. So let us start. So next, first of all, we'll see the how to get about Android Study Gems. So first of all, you have to go to the Android Study Gems landing page, uh, which is this one. I have also linked it in the description box of the YouTube video. So first of all, to earn a certificate from us, you have to complete the prior programming experience, which is this course. You have to start the course. Then you have to earn all the 10 badges here. So if you manage to earn all the 10 badges, then it will be shown in your Google developer profile. Like I have completed almost every lab, so you can see. Just a second. So you have to earn only 10 badges, and if you manage to earn only 10 badges, you can send us a mail. I have also attached the mail address of DSC Assam Engineering College in the description box. So you have to send us a screenshot that you have earned only 10 badges. I'll quickly show you how that looks like. So so if you manage to go here, then you will see your Google developer profile in the top right of the web page. So if you view it here, So you can see here there are almost 22 badges that I have earned. You have to just earn the 10 of them to earn a certificate from us. So these 10 badges you have to earn and you have to write to us on our email address to earn a certificate. So after that, let us start with today's session. So first of all, we'll start with toast, as I have also mentioned in today's session. So first of all, you have to go to your Android Studio. Then you have to go to your create new project. Then select empty activity like this. Then name your application. I have already done this part, so I am not doing this again. So first of all, let me zoom a bit. So first of all, I will start with toast. For toast, what you have to do is you have to drag in a button. Then I have aligned it in the horizontal part, horizontally in parent. Then I have also done it in vertical part, vertically in parent. So that's it. Now, what do I mean by toast? Let's see what toast does. So inside here, first of all, you have to go to your build.gradle file. Then you have to some of might be facing this problem, so you have to apply plugin this one, Kotlin Android extensions. Then sync. Only then you can use uh, the button set on uh, uh, let's say. First of all, what I will do first is go to my code section and I will change the ID of the button. I have already shown these things in the previous section, so I am not repeating it here. Button, let's say I name it order. Now I have to go back to my main activity file. Then what will I will do is button order dot set um, let's say set on click listener. So that's it. Then what I have to do is write toast, and then it's already showing toast. Then I click on it. Then I have to pass in a context. So context for this one would be this, because I have to show toast in this activity. The activity means the page. So I have only single page right now for this app, which is just a button in the middle of the screen. So this, and then I pass in a text. Text would be something button pressed. And then lastly, I have to write toast uh, length short, but it's still showing some error. Let's see what's the error. Toast Then I can also pass get application context, which will automatically take the context of this activity. Then I give a comma. I think there is some error. Let's see what the error is. First of all, let's go to our design tab. First, I will show you how to input. I mean, how to give a image to your uh, app. So first of all, what I have to do is go to my uh, file explorer. Then where I have to go to the folder where I have my image, and then uh, I have to drag it and drop it. So I'm using this drag and drop method, and I will place it inside my drawable folder like this. Similarly, I did it for this image. Now, first of all, what I have done is I have used a radio group, which is the root of this uh, activity. So for that, what I have to do, I'm switching between the two because uh, I found some errors. So I will show you here. If things breaks here, then I will switch it back to here. Okay. I don't know what's the causing the problem. So I have to go to the radio group. I have to search here radio group. Then I have to drag and drop. Then I have to constrain it at least one side of the horizontal direction and at least one in the vertical direction. So I constrain it in the horizontal direction. Similarly, I constrain it in the vertical direction. Now we have our radio group. I bring it uh, above because I want my radio group above. Now inside the radio group, I will place some radio buttons. Let's see what is a radio button. So I will place one radio button. As you can see, this radio button has come. Similarly, I will create. I will copy three more radio buttons. So second one, third one, and fourth one. And now this, as you can see, all the four radio buttons have come here. Now what I have to do, I will have to place all the radio buttons inside the radio group. For that, I'll bring the radio button at the above, which makes it the root of this constraint layout. Now I will cut all of this. Then I will go inside it and paste it here. Then as you can see, this radio group is the parent, and all the children are radio button 1, 2, 3, 4. As you can see here, we have created our radio group. Similarly, I will give check boxes. So I will type here check box. So similarly, I will bring one check box. Then I will give 1, 2, 3, 4. I copy paste it 3 more. Now I will bring this uh, radio group above and the check boxes below. Now I will uh, create uh, horizontal chain between these check boxes. So for that, what I will do, I'll select one checkbox, second one, then I will right click, then give chain, create horizontal chain. Similarly, for this below two, I select both of them, then right click and give create horizontal chain. Now I have constrained them in the horizontal direction, but I will have to constrain them in the vertical direction too. So I will constrain this checkbox to the top of this checkbox so that they are in the same level. Similarly, I have to constrain this checkbox to the top of this checkbox so that they are in the same level in the horizontal direction. Now, as you can see, red marks here, it means that I have not constrained them vertically. As you can see, the horizontal parts are already constrained, but the vertical are still white. So I have to constrain them in the vertical direction too. So for that, I will take this circle and constrain it the below of this radio group. So as you can see, this has come at the bottom of this radio group, which consists of these radio buttons. I will drag this down a bit so that it gives a margin of like 112 dp. Now similarly for this, I will constrain it to the bottom of this checkbox. Now I will drag it manually so that it gives a margin of somewhat like 100 dp. Now as this is done, I will switch back to the code mode. Now for this, I want to change the background of this app from white to black. So for that, I have to go to the parent, which is this constraint layout. Now I have to type background. As you can see, now I will type black. Now I when I switch back to its design mode, as you can see, this has turned to black. Now similarly, first of all, I will change all the radio IDs of this radio buttons and checkboxes. For that, I go here, then change them. Okay, let's see. First of is the radio group. I will keep this as it is, but for this one, I will say button beans, and I will write here mm, green beans. Similarly, I will change the ID of the second radio button to button select. So IDs are like roll numbers. You have to give distinct IDs to every view that you have used in your app, so to identify them. Similarly, I will change the text to like uh, green beans. You might be wondering why I'm writing this green bean, or I'm sorry, uh, let's say salad. So these are some of the menus items that I will enter in the app. Similarly, for this, I'll change the radio button to some other ID. Some say button while. I'll change the text to yes, while. Similarly, I'll change the radio button ID for this radio button to button lime, and lime. Yes. Now, then comes the checkboxes. For the checkboxes, what I have to do is go to here, then go to refactor. Then I will change the checkbox name to some other name. Let's say button cheese. I will change the text to cheese. Similarly, for here, I will refactor it to button olives. Change the text to olive. Similarly, for here, I will refactor it. So I'll change it to button lettuce. And for the last one, button onion. I'll change the text to onion. Now let's go back to our design tab. As you can see, as the background is black, we can't see our text. So for that, I have to change the text color to some other color. So let's go back to our design from to code section, then text color. I'll change it to white. Now I'll do for the same for the all the remaining things. Uh, we are almost done. Let's go back to our design tab. So as you can see, we have made this radio group and these checkboxes. So checkboxes are kind of when you click on it, it gives a check mark, or else it doesn't give anything. Similarly, for radio group, uh, if we select one of them, then that would turn colorful, and the others would remain as it is. So we have done this part. Now let's include a image to this app. So for that, uh, let's go uh, copy. What you have to do is, so we have our image here, so drag it, then Go to your res folder, then drawable. You have to paste it here. So I'm copying it, then I'll paste it here inside my drawable folder. I press OK. I name it img. uh, that's done. Now what to do to bring this image inside our app? For that, I have to use a image view, which is also a view. I click on it, then I drag it here, then it automatically comes this image, then I click on it. As you can see, this image is uh, uh, too large for us, so I will uh, shrink it down according to our need. So I just take one of its sides and drag it like this, then it sinks. This is it. uh, Now what we can do is constrain the left horizontal part to the our radio group, similarly the top one to the parent, which is the constraint layout. Now we are almost done. Now finally, for our first page, what we have to do is take a button and place a button here. So this is our button. I constrain it in the left hand side. Similarly, I constrain it to the right hand side of our parent. This is the constraint layout, as you can see here. Similarly, I constrain the top to the top button of our uh, checkbox. Now I drag a bit below so that I can manually set a margin of 92 sp, as you can see here. Uh, so as you can see, there is a 92 sp margin from this checkbox to our button. Now finally, what I want to do is I want to give a padding so that this radio group and image comes to the middle of our screen. For that, I go back to my code section. Then inside our constraint layout, there is a property name. When I type padding, it automatically shows padding. Then I give a padding of 10 dp. So I go back to my design tab. As you can see, now there is a padding of 10 dp from the left of our screen to this radio group. Similarly, in all the direction, this direction too, and from button also. This is it for the design part. So next, what we'll do, we'll create another page which will go to after I press the button. So let me first change the name of our button to button. As you can see, the text is button here. So I go back to my button code section, then go below, then I change the text to order and the button id to button order. Now uh, I will go to our com.example.nu, uh, the folder where main activity is present. Then click on here, then new, then go to activity, then empty activity. So I name my second activity order, and make sure you check this tick button so that it generates a layout file automatically for us. Then click on finish. So as you can see, this is the second page that we have created. So when I press the button here, order, then the app would go to the second screen, which is this screen. It will take some time. So anything left out? No. So here, so this is our second screen. This is basically empty now. First of all, let's change the background color back to black. Now I will place a image view here, which is this. Let me bring a tick image here. So for that, I go back to my file explorer, then bring this tick inside our app by just simply drag and dropping inside our drawable folder. So now we can use this tick mark inside our app. For that, I will just drag a image view inside our app, then I click on this tick button, press OK. Now this tick button is a bit large for our size screen, so I will shrink it by just uh, uh, pressing one of these sides and dragging it, and then the size automatically shrinks. Then I will constrain it to the horizontal direction, similarly top direction. This is pretty much it. Now for the second part, I want some text here, so that whatever we order, like green beans, onion, it will be shown in our second screen. For that, I just drag a text and constrain it to the horizontal direction and the vertical direction below the tick mark, and I give a manual margin like this. So this is it. So we don't have any text inside this text view right now. So first of all, what we have to do is go back to our main activity.kotlin file. Then whenever we press this button, it should uh, take us to the second screen. For that, we have to go back to our main activity file, then button and order dot so let's see button order, then I use set on click listener, then I first of all I will give a toast, then make text, then context with this, then I will give a text like order placed, then finally toast dot length sort. This is done. So whenever we press the button order, this button, then what it will do is it will show a message like this: order placed. Now what we'll do is use intent to go to the second screen, which is order page here. So for that we use the open the brackets. Then inside this, what I have to write is this, which is the context that we are using this main activity screen, and we have to go to the next screen. For that I will say the second screen is order, so I will write order, then give. Okay, okay. uh, so কিমান দেৰি পৰা গ'ল কিমান টাইম হ'ল মানে এইটো যোৱা okay now intent order. So here I'll give two columns, then class the Java. So what this will do, I have to import it. So to import it, it's showing I have to press all plus enter. So now this should work fine. Now this is just the instance of this intent to start this activity. To start the next activity, what I have to do is start activity. There is a method named start activity and pass the intent here. So now whenever I press order, the second screen will come up, the order screen, which is this screen. Now next I want to pass the information whichever I have selected here to the next screen and display it. For that what I have to do is go back to our main activity. Now here what I have to do is give some declare some variables. For that let's see what how to do. So inside the set on click in listener, after toast I'll set a variable name uh, checked button equal to radio. As you can see, it's showing automatically radio group. I click on it, then there is a method name checked radio button id, so it will return the check radio button id and it will store it in the check button. So after that I will give declare another variable name menu, which will be equal to uh, I, whichever button id that has been stored, I have to pass it to this menu variable. For that I will use find view by id, then I have to pass radio button because I will store radio button id here. Now I have to what kind of check radio button id we are storing. So we are storing this check button. So for that I copy it and paste it inside this brackets. Similarly, for whenever we choose cheese, then I will declare a variable name cheese, then and I will see if that button cheese is true or false. So for that I press dot, then is checked. This will return a boolean value whether this is true or false. Similarly, I'll copy it because there are 4 buttons. Paste, paste, paste. Now for the second button, it is olive. For the third button, it is lettuce. For the fourth, it is onion. So this will return a boolean value and store if it is true or false in this variable cheese, olive, lettuce and onion. After that, I will declare another variable named string, like ordered string, and give its string value to your order is, give a backslash n, so it will bring to the next line, then plus, then it will, I will say menu dot text. So whatever this menu is storing, we are extracting the text and displaying it inside this ordered string name. Then again plus, then we are checking if it is cheese or it is olive or lettuce or onion. So we are checking if it is cheese, olive, lettuce or onion. As these are boolean values, so it will give either true false, and if any of these are true, then what we'll do is we return a string. So for that I write with extra and I say else it returns nothing. Similarly, if it is cheese, it will return cheese, else nothing. So we do this for all the cheese, olive, lettuce and onion. So I will copy paste it. So I have to add a plus sign here because this is a whole, this is only one string. So also here, then here, and lastly here. So I will say with this olive, then it should return olive. Similarly, if it is lettuce, then it should return lettuce, and lastly, if it is onion, it should return onion. So we are almost done for this. So we have created a ordered string which stores your order is, then whatever we have checked here, like green beans or if this text would be showed inside this part, then it will show with extra whatever we have checked in the checkbox. So it will show cheese, olive, lettuce or onion, or all of them if we have chosen all of them. Now we haven't used this ordered string, that's why it's showing in gray color. So for that we have to what we want to do is pass this ordered string into the next order activity order. I want to show it inside this part, this text view. For that, what I will do is go back to my main activity. So here there is something called intent dot put extra. As you can see, this automatically shows a string. So I want to uh, put extra. So I will say put extra. Then I'll have to name it something. So whatever name I give, I have to use the name in the second activity, which is the second page. So I name it like uh, I name it like O string. Then I will pass this ordered string inside this put extra. Then comma ordered string. Now whenever I press this button, all these values would be stored inside this uh, ordered string. Then these values would be passed and displayed on the second uh, page which we have created as order activity order.xml. To show all these things, all this ordered string inside our second page, what I have to do is go back to our order code section. Then inside here uh, let's see, mm, I will rename this text view to some other thing like order uh, let's say, let's leave it like that, but I will change the color first, color to white, and we are almost done. Now go back to our order Kotlin file. Now inside here we have to take this put extra and display it inside this text view. For that, what we have to do is we have to create a variable first, which I will name it string, and I will use the intent dot put I mean intent dot get. Uh, there are various things, but I want to get string, so I have to use string. So this string extra, this is it. So it will take a as a string take string as a parameter. So what I have to use here is the name that I have used inside this one, which is o string. So I have to use the same name, o string. Now lastly, I have to go back to my second activity, which is this one, tick, and there is only this text view. As you can see, this text view is text view, the text here. So I go back to my code section, I change it to nothing, null, because it should be empty at first, right? Then I will change the id to display. So inside here I will set the display dot text equal to, I'll change it to this string. So copy it and paste it here. I'm using dollar sign because inside the inverted commas I will use the value of this string. Now we are almost done. Now we can run our app to see how it goes. So let's run it, but I want to uh, give some padding for these checkboxes. Let's see how we can do that. uh, so I go here, I give a, I go to this attribute section, then I select this button, I give a padding of 10. Similarly, I go to this button and give a padding, I mean margin of 10 from the left side, and here I give a margin of 10 from the right side. Similarly here I go here and give a margin of 10 in the right side. Similarly for this checkbox I go here and give a margin of 10. I think will have to increase a bit of margin, so let's change this to 20. Here also 20, and lastly here. Let's change it a bit more because I'm not liking the way the app is currently looking. Let's change it to 45 maybe. Similarly 45, here also 45. Now we're almost done, so let's see. So this is the Gradle part. This thing, what it does, it will create an APK for us, this section. I've already covered this part in the previous section, but I'll still going. Drawable, this resource folder stores all the resources of our app. So it will store the images that we have used in our app. Similarly, the layout will store the layout uh, styling of our app. Then the min map will store the launcher icons of our app, and this values folder will store the colors strings that we have used inside our app. Now let's run our app to see how it goes. As you can see, it's running right now. It will take a bit of 1 minute time. We are almost done for now. Let's see, I'll show you the final app that we have built. Let's wait for 1 minute. So it's installing our app. Let hope that nothing breaks. This usually takes a bit of time, so Android Studio really tests your patience. So you have to be a bit of patient. So it's installing, as you can see. It's still installing. So we have got the app is finally installed. Now I will share my mobile screen to show the last part, that how our app has been installed and how it shows. So stop this sharing. So this is the app that we have built today. So when I choose green beans and select cheese, olive, onion and place order, then it will show the stores at the below of our screen. As you have seen, this order place, this is the toast, and everything we have choose there will be passed to the second screen, which is this screen, and it will show your order is green bean with extra cheese, olive, onion. If we choose nothing for the additional part, and if I choose zucchini salad and place order, your order is zucchini salad, and this app will show order has been placed. That's all for today. uh, so I will conclude this session for now. Thank you everyone for joining in.